channel. If you're new, then hi, nice to meet you. I'm Amanda Kate. I make videos on whatever I feel like making, so definitely subscribe to not miss them. I just want to ask you guys one question before we start. Are you proud of me? Because I styled my hair today. So this is what my hair looks like and I'm super proud of it. If you guys are like, what do you mean? You don't style your hair usually? No, I don't. I am a very lazy hair owner and I never style my hair. If you want to know why and all my hair care stuff, definitely check out my hair care routine. But I just wanted to flaunt my little curls that will stay 20 minutes and go away. But you did not come here for my hair, you came here for my story time. So this is a story time that I've been wanting to make for so long. I am so excited to talk about this because it is one of the coolest things I guess I have done. So yes, I was in a movie. It is a horror movie and it was called Clown. So I will get into all the details, but basically how it started was, I think I was about 14 or 15 and I signed up for this casting company. So I just signed up online. So you put your photos, your hair color, eye color, height, weight, all these things. And then since you're in the database, if something comes up, so you receive emails, so if something comes up, so I'm gonna invent a movie, like let's say it's called The Girl, and then they need like 5 men ages 50 to 60 with white hair, and then they need like 3 little kids ages whatever, so it'll tell you what they need and it'll tell you the dates that you need to be available for. So it'll be like October 22nd to 23rd, you need to be available all day long. So sometimes it's very last minute, sometimes it's like you have a few months in advance, and it'll tell you a little bit about what the movie is about. So I signed up for this and I think it was like $25 a year to renew, so it was not expensive at all for, you know, potentially being in a movie. So whatever, I signed up and an opportunity came up which was in my area. So it was called The Clown, and basically it was a horror movie, and how it started was it was a few people from like a university that for their class they had to do a trailer, like a movie trailer, and they wrote the name Eli Roth. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with horror movies, but Eli Roth is a huge name in horror movies, and he's a, I want to say director or producer, and so they wrote his name in there. And the storyline was about a guy who ordered a clown for his son's birthday party, but the clown couldn't make it, so he went into his attic or his basement or whatever and he found a clown costume. So he put it on and he did the birthday party, and then when he tried to take off the clown costume, it wouldn't come off. And so he was trying to cut off the wig, but it was his real hair now, and then he was trying to take off the nose, but it was his real nose. And it was like, it's kind of freaky, right? In the classical, like, clowns are scary. So then he becomes the clown and he starts eating kids. So super freaky. I've always been super terrified of clowns. And so of course, naturally, I was like, I want to be part of this movie. So this casting is mainly for background actors, so I wasn't gonna have like a spoken part. I was just gonna be kind of like in the background, which still super cool, like we're in a movie. To go back to the storyline, the people made this, and then Eli Roth got a hold of it and he heard about the movie, and they wrote his name to like seem more legit. And instead of like suing them, he was like, I love this idea, let's turn it into a movie. That's what I understand. I forget who told me that, but that's like how I understand the movie came up, because there's 2 trailers and I'll link them below. But anyway, so long story short, I applied and I fit the criteria. So I went to, I think it was 3 days, and I was in high school and I missed a few days of school because of this, so that was super cool. And they pay all the actors, so I got paid $225. So I have the check that I'll show you too. But yeah, so I showed up and my role was to be a Chuck E. Cheese employee. So in Canada we don't have Chuck E. Cheese, but they transformed our Midway, which is kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese but without the food. They transformed that into a Chuck E. Cheese, so they like changed stuff around and whatever. So where I was a Chuck E. Cheese employee with like one of those classic yellow shirts, and I was where like the ball pits are and where like all the tubes and stuff were. So I was over there, and then there was a birthday party happening where one of the kids had their birthday at Chuck E. Cheese, and the clown came through and then he was like eating kids and attacking them. So I was in that part of the movie, so that scene, and we filmed a few scenes. So I want to say it was like 8 hours a day for like 3 hours, or for 3 days that we were there, but you're only filming for like 20 minutes at a time, and then they'll like cut it and then like, you know, okay, action again. So it was a really cool experience. And I remember one time I brought my friend with me and we stayed up there until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and they had like free coffee and we were just like bouncing off the walls, and I met so many cool people. Like this one guy, he was from Miami and he was playing like one of the cops, and anyway, he ended up being like a rapper or something, I don't know. It was just such a fun time. It was just like a mix of whatever, and so we were there and we were part of it, and it felt so cool. So yeah, I was one of the employees, and my role, I was screaming to the kids like, get out, the clown's coming, get out. So I will add some like sections of the movie, but basically you can kind of see me like from the back. Like you don't see my face except for one like split second. I had blonde hair, so you would like recognize me based on those criterias, but you didn't see my face. And then so I was at that scene, and then the last scene that I was at was when the main character, so I guess it's like the mom looking for her child, she walks out of the Chuck E. Cheese like from the back door, and there's all the kids and the parents that are like actors. They're all like scrambling around looking for their kids, and then there's the Chuck E. Cheese employees who are like pointing like, you know, to lost kids like, is that your mom, is that your dad? So I was one of those employees. So at that scene, I'm just talking to this little girl and I'm kind of like pointing around, and then there's this kid who's like scrambling. So that you see my face for like a split second, and if I don't like tell you that I'm in it, like you'll never know that I'm in it. But it's super cool, and from that my name is on IMDb, and if you don't know what that is, it's like when you look up a movie and you want to know the cast and the pictures, like screenshots of the movie and like what it's about, you can go on IMDb and you like see the cast, and I'm in there, so it's really cool. So this is the cover of the movie, so I don't know if this like rings a bell to anybody. So this is the DVD, but it's the European version. So we ordered this online so that we could watch it here, and I've tried to watch it a few times, but it doesn't seem to work on like Canadian DVD players, but you can stream it online, so it's online, it's free. But yeah, it doesn't matter if it works or not, like I still get to say like I'm in this movie. It says it's Jack's 10th birthday, but the clown has cancelled. His dad Kent finds an old clown suit in the attic and saves the party, but after the party is over, Kent has a problem. The suit won't come off. What starts as a joke quickly turns into a hellish nightmare. Kent can feel himself changing, and his desperate attempts to free himself just leave him in agonizing pain. As the suit takes hold of his body, Kent slowly endures a brutal transformation. As he changes, an uncontrollable hunger begins to consume him, an overwhelming, insatiable hunger for children. So that's really scary. So that is what the guy looks like, and it was really cool because when he looked like this and like his nose was like ripped off, we were having like a big buffet supper for like all the actors and stuff, and like I ate like at his table, like it was so creepy because I'm so scared of clowns, and I'm just sitting there and this guy looks like this and was just filming about eating children, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god. So yeah, it was really cool. And another thing that's super funny is that this movie is rated 18, so the kids in it can't even watch it. So I'm just going to cover some of the information, and then I'll show you the screenshot where it says my name. So this is the check. So we took a copy of the check obviously, and I framed it. So this is the check, and then on this side it says $225. It says the date, so it was paid on December 12, 2012. And yeah, so at the top it says the film company that did it, and then it says clown, Canadian cast. So yeah, it was really cool. So I just kind of wanted to share that story because I've talked about it to a few people and they're like, no, I don't believe you, I don't believe you. But that is my story time about being in a horror movie. I have not been in any other movies after that because when I get the emails and it tells me like I need to be available on these days, usually I was either in school or I'm working. So I haven't had the opportunity, but if I wanted to know, take some time off and be in that movie, for sure I could. It's like a really interesting way to make money and to meet amazing people. So yeah, I highly recommend signing up to a casting company. I'm not gonna name mine just because I don't want to like add preference to it, but I'm sure if you Google, you know, casting companies in my area, you'll find some. And as I said, my fee was only about $20 or $25 a year, so it was pretty inexpensive to just keep your profile active. And then of course you update it, and I don't think I even updated it for a few years now, but whenever they send you emails and they ask you for these requirements, you provide like new pictures. Before I end this video, I just want to mention to you guys that although I do have my socials below, I added some discount codes, some Uber Eats, some Skip the Dishes, some Fashion Nova. If you want to see my Fashion Nova try-on haul, then definitely check that video out. I just did it with Eric the other day. And I have a few others, so definitely check them out. And as always, I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!